guys, welcome to today's Big Brother 17 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Dean McMillan. So first off, Dean, I want to say thanks for all of your sweet messages. And second, Dean was talking about the differences between what you see on the live feeds and what you see on the edited shows, and I totally have to agree with him. It is so different. I just feel like there's not enough time on the shows to really see everything that's going on and get the full picture. Not only that, sometimes the way they edit it, you're not getting all accurate information. Like, they'll twist things a little bit, and I just feel like the feeds are where it's at. You gotta get the full story there. So thank you again for all of your messages. Okay, so when we left off yesterday, Day and Audrey just had a pretty tense confrontation. Audrey was denying, telling people that Day is trying to flip the votes, which is a lie. And Day was upset just in general that like all this crap is happening right after they had a nice conversation the night before. It was kind of like closure for them, and they were talking about how they want to be friends outside of the game, blah, blah, blah. And now this S-storm is just showing up again, and it's upsetting. So then after they spoke, Audrey was running around the house trying to figure out who told on her. It was Meg, duh. If you give her that information, she's gonna tell people because she doesn't want to go home. You freaked her out. And then Day was really upset. I think, you know, she wasn't just upset because of what just happened with Audrey, but she was also upset because she knows at this point that she's pretty much done. Like, people are not willing to stick their neck out for her, especially this early in the game, so she knows, like, this could be it. So she's telling Jason, like, this is a house full of cowards, these people suck, and then she's trying to give Jason advice for after she's gone. I'm sorry, I have, like, a hair on my mouth. It's very annoying. Okay, so she's telling Jason, you need to look out for James, because I thought I could trust him before, but he will turn on you in a second if it means staying in the house, so don't trust him. Also, she's like, you need to make sure that people are still gonna go after Audrey, because it seems like she's like reintegrating herself into the group, and there's a good chance that these people could just let Audrey slide right to the end. So Jason's like, I'm on it. Alright, so let's talk about the whole twin gate. So those rumors are still running rampant around the house, and people are like camping out outside of the diary room every time Liz is called in. They're anticipating the switch. They want to see it happen before their very eyes. So they're just like chilling in the living room, staring at the diary room door while she's in there. So it hasn't happened since Day figured it out. They haven't switched since then. I don't know if they were scheduled to switch and Big Brother was like, no, we're gonna move it back, or if they just haven't yet, but they haven't. So, alright, they're still keeping an eye on that. So Day pulls Liz aside, and she's asking about the whole Audrey thing. She's like, did you tell Audrey that you're voting to keep me? So first, Liz denies it. She's like, no, I didn't say that. I don't know what Audrey's talking about, blah, blah, blah. Then she starts to change her story a little bit. She's like, oh, I was half asleep and Audrey cornered me. First we were talking about the podcast, and then she was like, who are you voting for? So Liz is just saying like, she was telling Audrey that she doesn't know what she's gonna do. She's in a tough spot because Day did give her that fast forward, which gave her safety for the first week. So she does feel like she kind of owes her there, but she doesn't know what she's gonna do. So then Day is just like, well, I hope you know, like, that twin rumor is still going around the house. People are still talking about it, so I could still use your vote, and you could still use my help. So she pulled that out. She did. Meanwhile, people are speculating that Liz could possibly have the BB takeover power this week, the last laugh. But then again, Jason was like in crazy paranoid mode and like accusing everyone of being everything. He was like, this person's a saboteur, this person's America's player, this person has the last laugh, and this person's Team America. Yeah, he was going a little nuts with it. But anyway, yesterday, Big Brother gave the house guests something to practice for the HOH competition today. They gave them this giant, like, flipper. So basically, you set the ball at the top of this seesaw, you let it roll down, and then you, like, launch it and aim for stuff around the backyard. So the house guests only had an hour to practice with it. Each house guest got 10 practice shots, and it was a bit of a learning curve. Some people did have some success with it eventually, but poor Becky. her back is like really messed up, and even just using this flipper thing is like killing her. So she's like lying around on the floor with like steaks on her back, and I mean like the food steak. But yeah, she's just, her back is killing her, and I hope it's not going to turn into another Ashley situation, because I think Becky could have the potential to make it pretty far in the game, and I would hate to see this, you know, ruin it for her. So Liz reassures Shelly, I wasn't sure where I was for a second. Liz reassures Shelly, like, just ignore all the rumors about the flip that you keep hearing. I am voting out Day. I want to thank you for keeping me off the block, because I know that you could have put me up there instead of Meg. So she's just like trying to tell her, like, don't believe the rumors, because I'm still voting out Day. Which is a little ironic that she was thanking her for keeping her safe this week, because Day kept her safe the first week. I don't know, I just thought it was kind of interesting. Okay, so just when we thought the podcasts were over, I know I said the last one was the night before. No. Jeff called everyone in the living room for a house meeting during the day, and he was like, yeah, I really think we should do another podcast to kind of make up for all the offensiveness in the last one, because remember, it was like really gross, and like especially James was taking it like way over the top. So they were all talking about different ideas of what they could do to make up for it, and everybody eventually decides Becky and Shelly are going to host this next one. It's going to be something with like dating or like speed dating or something. And they want the guys to apologize to women everywhere and to be a little more respectful. So apparently too, Big Brother told the house guests that the podcasts are a hit with the fans. Are these the same fans that love the Battle of the Block twist? What? Okay, as a fan, I will say, like, they're okay, but I don't want to see them, like, every night. It's a bit much. I think it's, like, fun every once in a while, but, like, we don't need it every night. Come on. Alright, so we'll come back to that, but I want to talk about Audrey for a minute. She is definitely on the outs again right now. Everybody's saying that she's the next to go. Sounds a lot like the end of last week, but just saying. So, but yeah, they're saying that she needs to go even before Liz, even with all these rumors going around about Liz playing with her twin. I mean, people are like 99% sure that the twin thing is true, and they're still like, oh, Audrey's gotta go next. She's gotta go next. Y'all could have 2 Liz's running around the house soon. Are you sure you want to do that? They don't seem too concerned about it. So the thing that makes me kind of sad about the whole Audrey thing is like no one is willing to share a bed with her. And it's just like really sad, because like she's still a nice person, but Audrey, it got to the point where she went up to the HOH to talk to Shelly, and she was like, could Clay like sleep downstairs tonight and I'll sleep in the HOH with you? And Shelly just like deflected it, which is crazy because Shelly's always the one that's like, guys, we have to be nicer to Audrey, like no mob mentality, come on, what did she do to us? Yeah, so here's where things take a turn for the what? So Audrey and Day were talking in the cabana room, and all of a sudden Audrey's just like, yeah, so I think I want to vote to keep you this week. She was like, if my vote doesn't get canceled out this week, I'm going to vote for you to stay. And Day is just like, what? Like, she's really skeptical about it. She's like, what are you talking about? What's going on here? She doesn't know if she can trust her, and for good reason. So Day is just like, why are you doing this now? Not, why didn't you come to me with this, like, days ago? And Audrey's just like, it's all about timing, and, like, the people that she thought she was with are totally turning on her, and they're just gonna use her. So Day is just like, well, I guess I'll try and get the other votes that I need. Like, I hope you're not gonna screw me over. And to me, it almost seems like Audrey is actually going to vote for Day, but she knows that Day is going to go home, and she's just trying to throw another hinky vote out there. That's just what I'm thinking, and she's going to try and, like, set people up, especially the way she was spreading the rumors about how Austin, Liz, and Vanessa are trying to flip the votes. So that's what I think, but I want you guys to leave in the comments what you think is going to happen. Alright, let's talk about the podcast again. This time, the hosts were Becky and Shelly. And the whole theme of this was like respecting women and blah blah blah. So they set up like this game show type thing. Austin, Jeff, and James are all competing for the silver power of love. They made this little like necklace, and it was like a dating show format. Jackie was like the bachelorette, and the guys had to give her compliments and stuff, and like talk about different dating scenarios. Flash is really enjoying his rawhide right now, just so you know what that is. But anyway, there were 2 rounds here, and James was eliminated after the first round. Are you surprised? Because I'm not. And the winner ended up being Austin. Yay! I don't know, I was kind of seeing some sparks there between Austin and Jackie. Maybe it was just me, but also, Austin has a girlfriend. Okay, but yeah, that podcast, there were a lot of apologies for the night before. They're just like, I just want to say again, like, I'm sorry if we offended anyone, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so, other fun news, the have-nots got to eat last night at midnight. Yay! Let's get back to the game. Day lets Jason in on the info that Audrey was sharing. She was like, I don't know what to think right now, like, what's going on? But she tells Jason there is no way in hell that she would work with Audrey again, but if she's gonna throw her a vote, she's gonna take it. So Day is back on the campaign trail for votes. She's talking to Vanessa. She's like, I got the votes. Just want to let you know. I want to make sure that you're still voting for me. We're all good. And Vanessa's like, well, who are these votes? Like, I need to know who it is. And Day will not tell her. She's just like, I don't want to they're nervous. I don't want to freak them out and tell you. So Vanessa's just like, well, I need to know the names. So then Day talks to Austin, and he's like, well, I already promised my vote to Meg, so I can't really go back on that. So it's just like not looking good for Day at this point. But she did let both of them know that she knows who has the last laugh power this week. She didn't say that it was her, but she said she knows, and they were both just like, okay. So then, here's something insane for you guys. Vanessa and Liz had a late night chat in one of the bedrooms last night, and first it started out being a strategy chat. Vanessa was telling Liz that if Day asks for her vote again, she should tell her, yes, I'm voting for you to stay, because she thinks that that will make Day campaign a little bit less, and she'll ease up on that because she'll be feeling a little more comfortable. So then Vanessa brings up the whole twin rumor that's been going around the house, and she's just like, yeah, it all started with Day. She's the one who, like, figured it out or whatever, and she's, like, telling everybody in the house. And then she's like, so is it true? Are you playing with your twin? So, like, after a little pause, Liz is just like, yeah, I'm playing with my twin. I was too scared to tell anyone. I'm freaking out right now. So she tells Vanessa. Vanessa's totally like, no, it's cool. Like, just promise me that you and your sister are both gonna work with me and we'll be fine. And she was just like, yeah, obviously. So then she's just like, oh, by the way, I'm Julia. So she, like, explains the whole twist and how they switch and everything. They only have a couple minutes to compare notes. So Vanessa is just like, I'm gonna help you guys get to week 5. I want you to both play the game at the same time. I think that'll be good to have an extra number in the mix. So Vanessa proposes they make an alliance with her, Liz, Julia, Austin, Shelly, and Clay. They're gonna let all of them in on the secret and work together to get both of the twins in the game. So then Vanessa's giving Julia some tips. She's like, you need to be more like Liz. Like, you need to get your head in the game. So they're talking about, like, birthmark differences, and she was like, you need to put on weight. Liz needs to drop a few, blah, blah, blah. And then wear more hats. And my favorite was when she was like, yeah, Liz uses the word boning a lot. You should use that word. Yeah, okay. So then Vanessa goes up to the HOH room, spills the beans to Shelly and Clay. They are freaking excited about it. They're just like, yeah, it's another number for us. They agree to the whole plan to protect them. And now they just have to tell Austin. They have to get him in on this. But they're going to wait until the morning. And they also want to tell Austin, you need to back off a little bit because he's getting a little too touchy-feely with the twins. He doesn't realize that they're 2 different people yet. And also, like I said, he has a girlfriend. So they're like, you need to chill it. Puppy, relax. He's very upset. So this morning, Julia goes up to the HOH room to talk to Shelly and Clay, get them up to speed, and they're just like, Vanessa told us, like, it's all good, we're excited, hello, I'm Shelly. So Julia shares, like, pretty much the same information that she was sharing with Vanessa, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna protect you, we're gonna make this work, let's do it. So they're all pretty pumped about it. So then Vanessa was letting Austin in on the secret, and he's just like, what? He didn't even know about the rumors before because no one told him. So, like, he didn't know about that. And then Vanessa's just like, yeah, so Liz is playing with her twin. And he's just like, all right. So then Vanessa had some other strategy stuff to update him on because Austin's a little bit out of the loop right now. She needs to get him up to date. So she's telling him, we cannot trust Audrey or Jeff. Like, do not share important information with them because it's going to go around the whole house. So I feel like Austin seemed more upset about not being able to trust Jeff than about the whole twin thing. Like, he was just like, wait, we can't trust Jeff? Why not? Yeah, so it was pretty crazy. But anyway, I think it's going to be a really interesting week, or interesting few weeks, to see if the twins can pull this off and if their group is going to be able to protect them. So tonight, live eviction night. It's not looking good for Day. I don't think she's going to be able to get the votes. Of course, she's going to have Jason's vote. She could possibly have Audrey's vote if she's trying to screw things up. Other than that, I don't think so. But I want to know who you guys want to win HOH this week. Give me your 2 picks. And what's going to be the BB takeover this week? What's the twist going to be? Who's the celebrity guest? Let me know. And until tomorrow, much love.
Edit.